Are you leaving, Mr. Cust?
Yes, I'm going to Cheltenham.
You shouldn't travel today. You don't look very well.
I have to. I have engagements. I must respect them.
滑鼠不见哎，好，这是一个过场的影片嘛。
Can you get the post, Hastings?
And why don't you go and get it yourself?
What's going?
在讲什么我都听不懂。
Poor Mr. Poirot. I'm quite sorry for you. If at first you don't succeed, try again. We've a long way to go still. Typery? No, that comes later. Letter T. The next little incident will take place in Doncaster on September 11th. So long, ABC. I should compare... It is not the right time.
那什么才是 right time?
Mon ami, it is a...
我现在是要干嘛 ？New letter 又来着，唉，反正都是 letter， 为什么不就干脆就让我？
Let us examine this more. Certain characters in the... Yes, this I is...
好快，我知道。
Right. Let us compare. Yes. I have to find some... The double... Right. Let...
快点。
Of course. I have to find... Yes, the... Right. Let us compare... That's right. My theory was right. Hastings, he strikes tomorrow. Chief Inspector...
He's on another...
Yes.
Very well, sir.
Bien, now I'm going to see what I can find from these burnt documents. I've received the product I need. Hastings, if you do not mind, I would like you to take a few notes.
Yes. Yeah.
I've finished with this subject.
什么不见啊？我看无。
If someone has tried to get rid of... Royal... It's...
好话很多哈。
After... Go to...
可是不点掉又很奇怪，我都会习惯把它点掉。可是其实不用点也没关系，因为好像也不会再增加什么 point。
玩一天了。
I've finished with... I've finished with this subject. I've finished.
我面包还要烤过耶，那烤过比较香啊。我怎么烤？我现在在录影哎，没办法烤，所以不要帮我倒，会退冰。
我要会的。
那你为什么要在我房间倒？这是我的座位，怎么会在我座位倒呢？
It is not the right time.
啊，那我到底要干嘛？
Hastings photo album. Churston Deva.
那叫我干什么啊？我还是不懂哎。
If someone has tried it.
我还是不懂要干嘛。不懂。
I've finished with this subject. I do not need. I lock my revolver. It is not the right time.
哎，接下来怎么接？麻烦死了。
Now down to work. What of this needs putting in order?
神经病哦，就是这个台子而已，这么无聊哦。啊。
This page will be reconstructed in a flash. This page is finished.
哦，是小
That's
纸
done.
条啊。
3 more to go.
哎，为什么？哇，我手都快抽筋哎！这个纸真的是很难脱。你看，我轻轻点都不太好脱。也不是这个，那是什么呢？我真的没办法拼呢。它是用文章的动向。我手快抽筋了啊，真的很痛。不知道为什么就是没有办法拼起来。 哦，是要跟上面的组一组就对了。他是已经用一个角给你的意思。
This page is finished.
哦，难怪我是
And that's 2 done.
自己在下面组就是不行，要配合着上面，对。
It's so simple.
啊，对啊，我现在才发现，原来这个是 It's so simple。
This page is finished. Only 1 more. It's so simple.
哦 ，simple， 我是已经快要 key 下了啦。
This page is finished.
It wasn't simple。
All the pages are reconstructed.
好，然后呢？
A dry cloth. A bottle of solvent. The cloth is now soaked with solvent. Got it!
妈欢喜呀、
On a fire.
All
我要加几个10分啊？我要加很多个10分啊。
Alice Asher, shopkeeper in Andover. Tracheitis, hemoptysis, chronic cough with loss of blood. Prescribed laudanum-based cough medicine. Betty Barnard, waitress in Bexhill. Chronic bronchitis causing dysphonia. Advised to stop smoking. Alexander Bonaparte Cust. War wounded, mustard gas and head trauma. Pulmonary emphysema. Hemoptysis. Coughing fits with blood. Suffers from
他名字
absences and
ABC 都
amnesia.
有哎 ，Alexander。
Dick Dudley Dunbar, owner of the Black Swan Hotel in Doncaster. Asthmatic, heart disease, heart condition.
这是 DDD 耶。
Let us now try and get our brain cells to work.
How? What the burning the?
The burned documents are...
But why?
These are very good.
我觉得我好像在乱抓凶手，不过事实上我也真的是啊，因为我实在是看不懂英文，没办法破案。我看我以后如果真的要找，还是要找有英文的来破一下比较好。有中文的啦，有中文的来
Any
破
news,
一
Chief
下。
Inspector?
You wanted a stocking seller? We have one. Reported by his landlady who thought he was behaving suspiciously. He has the most unbelievable name.
Alexander Bonaparte Cust.
Yes, Alexander Bonaparte Cust? How did you guess? Poirot, you have magical powers. It's a serious lead. I called Doncaster. A person matching Cust's description has been seen at the station. He got off the train from London, but after that, nobody knows where he went.
Look for him at the Black Swan Hotel.
What? How do you know he's there?
Trust me, Chief Inspector.
You
appear to be very sure of yourself. Very well. I'll call the Black Swan straight away. The owner is going to get a shock when he learns that there's a murderer under his roof.
Chief Inspector, I would...
As you wish. Please go ahead.
Hello, the Black Swan. Hercule Poirot here.
Speaking. Dick.
Is there Mr. Cust among your guests?
He arrived today. Shall I call him for you?
Yes, please.
Wait a minute. I'm just looking for his room number.
I believe that I made a mistake. If anyone asks for him, he will understand that we are onto him, take fright, and flee. Mr. Dunbar, I've changed my mind. It's best if you keep this from Cust.
But who is this Cust?
Have you heard about the ABC case?
Oh, yes. I must...
You're in there.
Do you think that Cust might...
Do not be fooled.
A murder!
Dunbar had...
Hello, Poirot. We have...
How is the hotel on?
He had a heart attack. He was taken to the hospital. Come on, Poirot. You weren't to know he had a weak heart.
No.
While we're waiting to...
Where does he live?
The Marbury guest...
I'll see.
Yes, but stop.
I understand.
我不知道自己在干嘛。
Hastings, we are making good progress. The dentist. So that is why you were so nervous and bad-tempered.
哦，是从 C 开始就已经快要不
But
知道自己在干
unavoidable.
嘛。感觉好像会破关的耶。而且我是怎么追查到他身上？
To Marbury Guest House, please.
没有游标啊。等一下休息，我要先去吃晚餐。
Marbury. There is a very...
How do you do? You must...
Madame, you may be of valuable help to me.
It would be my pleasure to help you. Will there be some journalists there as well?
I think you might even be interviewed. You are key witness.
I've suspected him for some time, but he appeared so harmless. Oh yes, sometimes he got angry and waved his arms about. But even then, he wasn't frightening. And he was as gentle as a lamb again immediately afterwards. It was only this morning that I understood. He told me he was going to Cheltenham, but my daughter saw him at Euston Station. It's not the right station. To get to Cheltenham, you have to take the train from Paddington. And what's more, Mr. Cust left behind an ABC with Doncaster underlined. As you can imagine, when I saw that, I called Scotland Yard.
One moment, please. How did you know that Cust had underlined Doncaster in his railway guide?
I went and had a look in his room.
I see. Do you make a habit of searching through your lodger's belongings?
Well, what are you going to do later? I bet you're going to poke around his room too.
Tell me, did you have any other reason to suspect Mr. Cust?
He's rather queer. He talks to himself. He has a bad cough. Because of the war, he says. And then he was in Churston when that millionaire got murdered. I found his train ticket when I washed his coat. He didn't want me to wash his shirt. He washed it himself. But I did see big brown stains on it.
Where were the stains on the shirt?
Can't recall.
Got used to travel for his work. Is that correct?
Yes, although he was unwell on trains.
Do you know where Cust was at the time of the murder in Andover and Bexhill? On June the 21st and July the 25th?
No idea.
But surely you keep a register.
It won't do you much good. Mr. Cuss rents his room for the year. If he goes away for a few days, I have no reason to make a note of it. Ah, I remember one thing. Bexhill by the sea, right?
Indeed, it is a large seaside resort.
Well, as it happens, at the start of July, Mr. Cast asked me to repair his bathing dress. Suspicious, huh?
Very interesting. Please continue.
I also forgot to say that he started buying newspapers that talked about the case.
今天就要 continue。
When did he start buying the newspapers?
Let's see. I think it was just after the millionaire's murder in Churchton. He didn't seem all that interested before that.
That will be all for now. I'm going to take a look at his room.
Take the key on the counter.
Counter 放在柜台上的意思吗？
This woman appears to be in a bad mood. Mrs. Marbury is taking out her bad mood on the evening meal's potato. It looks like I've found the real master of this house. There is no need to worry about the household cat. I'm sure that Mrs. Marbury lets it do what it pleases. I should check the...
I don't think my register will help you. Mr. Cuss rents his room all year.
The truth is becoming apparent, and I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury. I have something to say to Mrs. Marbury. Mrs. Marbury, if I am to believe the register, you rented room 306 to a certain Mr. Fishman on the day of the Bexhill murder? Room 306 is Cust's room. Can you explain yourself?
If I did, it was because Mr. Cust wasn't here. What about it?
It doesn't matter, provided that you remember to change the sheets.
Of course I changed them. I keep a nice clean establishment, I'll have you know.
How hopeful. This place is a real mess.
这也那么 mess 啊？
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. Did Cust drop it when... John Milligan. Dear Sir, regarding the schedule of your... This letter is...
好累哦。
Cust is parsimonious. I have to get the ribbon. My... The ribbon is jammed. I have to start by freeing it.
W.
The ribbon is jammed. The left-hand heel has been... The right-hand heel... Something is blocking the ribbon. Something is blocking... Something is blocked. And here is the ribbon. I only need the ink ribbon for my inquiry. All the letters and now... A long-bladed knife. The subject would... It's an... War of... An army dis... All the main articles referring to the ABC case are here. From the Churston murder... The Bexhill Daily paper. Dated from the day of the Bex... Trousers... Most probably. Laudanum cap. Laudanum. A medicine. The subject would pop. Diethyl barbituric acid. I know this medicine. The subject would probably...
整理漂亮。
ABC guys, enough to sign. It's closed. It's closed. ABC. It's closed. ABC guys, enough to sign about a dozen murders.
Searching the room. 我已经在 searching 了。
The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. The least we can say that Mr. Cust is not very concerned about order and balance. This dog's... It is not the right time. It is not the right time.
What is the right time?
War of 19... An army dispatch. John Milligan. Dear Sir, further regarding the schedule of your... This letter is... Cast is parsimonious. I've finished. Did cast... I've finished. John Milligan. Dear Sir, regarding the schedule of... This letter is...
我已经社群完了，然后我要干嘛 ？Search 没有呢，没有办法 search 了。
It's closed. This knife. Let us now try. No use continuing the inspection of this.